Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I am thrilled to be hosting two amazing women with me. I have Caleigh from Woo Woo Wonderment. Say hello, Caleigh.
Hello.
She's
Hello,
like,
hello.
there you go. And I have Purple Elephant Deb H joining me. I am Tarot Stash. Hello. And we are simulcasting this to Tarot Stash and Purple Elephant Deb H. So it's lovely to have you all here. Caleigh, what's new and exciting on your channel, which is linked below? Please go over and subscribe to her channel. So what's going on for you, Caleigh, on your
Well, I'm going to be doing a... So Monday, so tomorrow, I'm actually going to be doing a basically live baking night. I'm going to be baking cookies and stuff like that, and maybe doing some card readings for people and just chatting. And
I love that.
yeah, it's going to be a first try at this, so we'll see how it goes. But come and hang out with me for an hour. It'd be great.
Very nice. And what are you baking? What are you going to bake?
Ginger cookies. So like they're a ginger molasses cookie, and they have candied ginger in them. So
very nice.
Yeah. That's Dirty Kissing Monkey.
Yes. And Deb, what's going on with you?
Well, I just been hanging out, going for some tests, and then coming home and hanging out, and that's about it. I don't have anything. Well, actually, I do have something kind of planned. I have something working around my brain about what I want to a subject for a new video on my channel. So stay tuned. I have something coming up, and it may or may not be called "This Is How It Should Be."
This just in, everybody. So cool. I've got lots of really great stuff planned for this week in particular. Got lots of laugh and learns. I've got Hershey on. I've got Lindo de Gonzalez on. I've got Jennifer from My Holistic Self on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I am on a lot of shows this week. So I'm looking forward to it. So do that thing where you like and subscribe because it's free. It is, I swear. And please remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. So I'm going to put this up. These are the prompts that we are going to be doing readings around. And you, if you want a reading, we are using the Flying Fickle Finger of Fate. Hashtag SPA in the chat. You only need to do it once. It doesn't matter if you're doing it on my channel or Deb's. The StreamYard giveaway tool will work. So hashtag SPA. And we are reading around S, which is self-care. And the P is pause and reflect. And then we have the A, which is affirmation. So, Caleigh, you came up with this. So you want to share a little bit about that?
Yes, I did. Well, I got a new affirmation deck. So that was where I kind of spawned the whole like spa idea, was, self-care, especially with all the stuff that's been going on lately. I'm like, everybody just needs that little bit of like time to just pause and take a breath. But the whole like us three coming together actually came from, I think, you being on my channel at Thanksgiving back in October, Canadian Thanksgiving. And we had realized we had never read together. So
we're fixing that. Have either of you ever done spa days? No?
Of course.
Okay. You have, Caleigh? Okay.
Yeah.
I just
there's a Nordic spa here.
Oh yeah. Keep talking.
It's over in Gatineau, so it's about a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive for me. So I went there end of October because it was like 22 degrees Celsius that day. So I got lucked out there. But like, yeah, there's different water, there's saunas. Just went and took some time for myself, and it was great.
Love it. Love it. We will read for just a little over an hour, and we will try to get through as many readings as we can. So for those of you who've never been here when I've hosted readings, I'm in card position 1, reading position 1. Caleigh is in position 2, and Deb is in position 3. And we will rotate those. So we have different decks that we're using for that. I do want to say hello to everyone who is watching. Thank you. And by the way, if you don't get selected for a reading, do pay attention to the other messages because they may resonate. They may resonate with you, even though it's not specifically your reading. You weren't selected, so that's okay. And we're doing the general readings for that. And Lady Silver, I like to say hello to Lady Silver. It's great to see you, Silver. And Silver is completely forgiven because they are multitasking.
Yes.
I encourage that.
Saint D has arrived.
Saint D is here. What?
Yes.
What?
Yes, she is.
Saint D, there you go. All right. And so in James is here, and Moira, Sandra, Beth, Delphi, Fleck, Hypnicity, so many great, Joanne, Alexa. So yes, please subscribe to both channels. Free Spirit. So
all 3 channels. Please subscribe to all 3 channels.
Yes. So all right, I'm looking forward to this. And Jane the Seeker Tarot is here. Hello, Jane. So we're doing a spa day. And here's how this goes. Start this. Right now we have 13 people entered. Who is going to be the first one? If your name is selected, please say hi in chat, so we know that you are here. And
CO Hippie Hiker.
There you go. Let us know that you're here.
Who I believe said they were snowed in.
Oh my gosh.
For several days now.
Yes. And
and is here.
They are here, yes. And Sandra, it is always a good idea to listen to other messages too. So there we go. So all right. So here we go. So the self-care that I have for you is from the Journey of the Sacred Bee, it's Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle. And that card is Courage. So what does this have to do with self-care, you may ask? It has everything to do with self-care. When you have courage, you understand that you need to take care of yourself. You have to have the courage to set boundaries and limits for others and yourself with your time, because you may only have a certain amount of time and energy to give. And you do need to have the courage to set the limits. So that's the self-care that I have for you. So, all right.
Right. So pause and reflect. The pause and reflect I got for you. So it's from the Illuminated Bestiary Oracle cards. And the one I got is Listen for Spirit, which is the barn owl. So owls, first of all, represent wisdom. And then you can see the heart behind it. So listening to spirit is, using that wisdom, but also listening with your heart. It's a big piece of that. You can also see the owl has like a scroll. So that scroll of knowledge. there. So just opening yourself up to spirit a bit more, listening, looking for those little signs, because they're not always going to be big, neon signs in Las Vegas kind of signs. They're going to be, maybe a feather or something like that on the ground, or something in the clouds, anything like that. But actually, Gerald, if you can hold up your card, if you still have it, I thought
do.
it was very interesting. If you look at that
Oh,
shape, if you look at the way the owl is with the
yeah.
wings, and then the same with the bee there, I just
Very
thought that was
similar.
very interesting.
That's
Yeah.
great. Good point. All right, bring us home, Deb.
So the owl and
That's
the
your
bee could
that's
very
your pause
well
and
be.
reflect.
The
Yeah.
owl and the bee could very well be flying over the rainbow, because what I get is rainbow blessings. It says, this is from the Sacred Traveler. Blessings are showering your life. So remember that for your affirmations. Remember to tell yourself every day, blessings are showering my life. And then look for those blessings. Remember that everything is a blessing. Waking up in the morning is a blessing.
Yeah.
Having food to eat is a blessing. Having your pet near you is a blessing. Everything is a blessing. Having your family around. So remember to count your blessings and to remind yourself that your blessings are showering you.
Yes. That's beautiful. Yeah. Caleigh, Jane the Seeker would like to know what deck you used in that position.
This one right here.
The Illustrated Bestiary Oracle cards. Okay.
Yeah, and that's my toll, I think, is the...
Okay. Purchase responsibly, know your limits. And CO Hippie Hiker said, on October 31st, I graduated from oncology. 5 years cancer-free. Absolute blessing. Congratulations. That's amazing. Amazing. So, all right. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And it's great to see everyone. And so who is next? Alexa, let us know that you are here. It's great to see you. And so yeah, that's a powerful thing. And Alexa is here. So, and then we are in our new positions. So here we go.
All right. All right, Alexa. So I went to pull one card and 3 jumped out. So I'm going to just give those all to you. So the first card I got is self-love. So just focusing on that self-love. I know it can be hard, especially, we're busy doing like the daily grind, work, taking care of others. But taking a moment to pause, and you can kind of see she's holding the heart between her fingers. So even just giving yourself a hug, or taking those 2 seconds to, listen to some music before the end of the day, just to decompress. The next one I got is manifest strength. So here she's jumping a jump rope, but I mean, as Gerald said, with the courage, it can come in many different, ways. Strength doesn't have to be, physical strength. For some, it might be, but others, it might be, mental strength. So maybe doing, sitting on meditation. Sitting in meditation can be a way to work on your strength. And then laugh was the last one, which I absolutely love. And that can go hand in hand with that self-love. So laughing, watching a funny show or a funny movie or a funny YouTube, video or something like that, because laughing is great in that it raises our vibration. So even if we're feeling really sad or depressed one day, just laughing will automatically raise that vibration. So yeah, laugh, self-love, and manifest strength are your 3.
I love it.
Cards there.
Those are great.
So, Alexa, for pause and reflect, I'm using the Sacred Medicine deck for this. I get the shaker, which is truth. Now, you might wonder, what does that have to do with pause and reflect? You notice the fire and the shaker itself. The focus or emphasis in this card is on the truth of your inspiration, your spiritual inspiration. So the fire is how much are you fired up about your spiritual path and the life that you lead around that path? What is your truth about that? So, Alexa, when you pause and reflect on your own spiritualism and how the truth of your spiritualism affects your life path.
And the affirmation, what I have from the Endless Oracle is I have the rift. Now, how is this an affirmation? Well, let me tell you how it's an affirmation. When you realize that when you have become separated from, or there's a division or a divide that cannot be crossed, even though you may have tried, it's okay to let that go and understand it is part of your life experience. Was everything bad? No. Was everything good? No. However, choose to understand that when it comes time to separate, when you do so cleanly, it is an affirmation because you are closing that rift for yourself and you are moving on. So have the wisdom to know when it's time, when the separation hits. So, but yeah. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much. And more people have come in, so it's great to see everyone. All right. So here we go. Who do we have next? Sandra Joel. Let us know that you're here, Sandra. So, hey, Stephanie. All right. Sandra, I could probably actually have a really cool video to show, but Sandra's here and I've also got a telephone. So, but there we go. All right.
All right. Self-care. So for self-care, I'm using the Angels and Ancestors deck. And we get if I can get my hands to work, the High Priestess. For self-care, harness mystical power. Now, how does that relate to self-care? You might want to, Sandra, reflect on how your spiritual path affects your self-care. Are you maintaining good spiritual hygiene? Do you incorporate the things that you do for your physical self-care into your spiritual self-care? How do you go about maintaining the best? The word that comes to my mind is mise en place, which is a cooking term, which is what you have. You get your ingredients and everything
yes.
ready and have them near you so that you can use them. So whatever you need will be at hand. So this self-care is telling you to be prepared. This High Priestess and her mystical power. She's harnessing it because she has everything she needs right at hand. And she's able to take those things and use them to cleanse her being, to make herself powerful, and to be ready for everything that is about to come across her path. So that's what I have for self-care.
And Sandra, what I have for you also for pause and reflect, I'm using the Feel Your Chakras cards. And I have an overactive root chakra, which says, I am angry. And going back to what Deb said, where, where you're, well, just stop overcomplicating it. Pause and reflect. If you are angry, be angry. Own that anger. Allow it to come through you so that you can release it and it no longer has a hold. But the thing is I say pause. Do not pause for too long, because if you pause too long, then you miss the opportunity to really experience it at its core level. So I would pay attention to your root chakra and a bit of anger and what you're noticing. So thank you.
So the reason I was laughing there earlier, and yours just, when you say you can't make this stuff up, because the cards I got go perfectly with what you both got. So the cards I am using are the Dream Affirmation card. So, and they're kind of, as I said earlier, what spawned the idea of doing this. So I actually got 2 cards. So the first one says, I can overcome any challenge that comes my way. So, those waves that come forward. But what I thought was amazing is that the next card I got, it says, my voice matters, my idea matters, my opinion matters.
Oh, yeah.
And she's, she's painting that. So, and actually, if you look at, wave, and it's almost like she's controlling that wave.
My voice matters. My idea matters. My opinion matters. That's a wonderful card.
And maybe repeat that to yourself, in the mirror, or, if you do a morning or evening meditation, repeat that to yourself. Remind yourself that you're that high priestess. That all of that matters, that no matter what comes your way, you're just going to ride that wave, because I'm going to use some choice words here, but you're a badass. Yeah.
Embrace it. So.
Yep, you got it.
Thank you, Sandra. And there's a lot of love for Monkey in the background or in the chat. So, all right. And Sandra said, I shall work on that area. So, all right. So, who do we have next? Jane the Seeker. Jane the Seeker. And I know Jane is here, so. All right.
One card, guys, not 4.
Yeah. Jane is here. I like it when people are celebrating who wins. It's nice. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lady Silver. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. Okay, so Jane the Seeker.
The Price is Right. Everybody.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Yes. All right. So Jane the Seeker. The self-care that I have for you is redemption. This is a card where when we look at it, we can see the phoenix rising from the flames. And flames are extremely purifying. And so the self-care is All right. I'll just say this. Take a hot shower, and really, really do some cleansing so that you can rise from those flames of all of the things that are causing difficulties and stress. And so, yeah, I'm like going, go take a hot shower. So there you go. So thank you, Jane.
Right.
Caleigh's up.
So the pause and reflect. Yeah, the pause and reflect I got was the mud skipper. So hold it up there for a second.
The mud
Which is
skipper.
balanced
Okay.
approach and moderation. So, I mean, I know a little bit of but remembering to take that time out for yourself, that as it says, balanced approach, moderation. Usually, you hear moderation with food, like don't eat too many sweets. But the same can be said for life. You're doing a lot of hard work, but you're gonna need an equally amount of long breaks or breaks that will top that battery back up. So yeah, that's your pause and reflect. Just try and remember you're not. I mean, you are Superwoman, but you're not Superwoman.
Mm-hmm. And Jane did say. Jane said, "Today is my monthly shower day."
Yes, she did.
So Jane, I would say, we can all we could shower you with gifts, young lady, because you fucking deserve it.
Yes.
Just saying. That's what Gerald
and
thinks.
Mud skipper, wash that mud off.
Ooh, yes. Okay.
And after you do that, the embracing enthusiasm card tells you to shout to the heavens with happiness.
Ah.
So just tell yourself that every day, Jane, that you are happy.
Sing in the shower.
Yeah, and would this surprise you? This is a card associated with fire. So it's a great opportunity to do some fire magic, light some candles, and all that stuff.
Yes. And then comes the mud, and then the happy shouting.
Yep. I love that. Jane said, "Thank you all." You're very welcome. I do appreciate everybody joining us. So, and who we have next is, here, let me move everybody around. I do that smaller so it doesn't freak everybody out. Moira. I think Moira was stepping away for a second, but so we will do that, and so we will go ahead and go for it. Silver's like going, hot shower. Are you sure not a cold shower? Yeah. No. Oh, and here you go. Read with gentle decks. So, and Beth is taking Bodhi outside. So, all right, Moira, I'm gonna do that so that Moira, when she comes back in, knows that she is up. So,
okay.
The chat is doing very nicely, so thank you, everybody. But I will stop talking eventually.
My deck just jumped all over there we go. All right. So for self-care, what I got is collaboration. When you get out and just to go do things. I know I tend to kind of hermit a little bit, but finding those people that kind of water your plants, help you grow. Try and find some time to maybe go out for coffee or crazy or energy draining, but collaboration is the first one. And then the second one is skincare. Do a little bit of a spa day. Face mask, something like that. You can see there's a bunch of, different fruits and like vegetables. You could even honestly like make your own. There's a bunch of recipes you could probably find online and stuff like that for making your own face mask with, natural ingredients. But yeah, just take a pause for yourself, but also at the same time get out there and spend some time with those people that help you water those plants that you're working on growing.
Absolutely. Bye, Jane. She's got to head out.
Yes.
Taking care of her daughter-in-law.
Yes, she is. So.
Remember to rest.
Sorry. Monkey. More. This is Moira, isn't it?
Yes.
For pause and reflect, I get shawl dancer. Shawl dancer, the key word is wild, but what I'm getting is wild like nature. So the shawl dance it's controlled wild. So it's not uncontrolled. It's not doing something that you might regret later, but it could be wild, as in sitting in nature and just thinking, pause and reflect about what's going on around you in the world and how do you fit in and what do you do next. And it's easier to do that sometimes if you're sitting maybe on your front porch or your back patio, or however you are able to get out. If you're able to get out really in nature and sit under a tree or that sort of thing, then that's even better. But pause and reflect by reaching out and reconnecting to that which is wild in nature. And you may find yourself being able to then feel refreshed and go forward with a different frame of mind.
Well, and it's interesting because for the affirmation, I got the tree. And so the tree is about making sure that you are healthy and that you are taking care of your well-being. It also suggests really strong foundation and solid roots. So the affirmation is for you to acknowledge that you do have these strong roots and that you are taking care of your physical body. That's an important thing. So there you go. Okay, yeah, here, we'll put that up.
Water that tree.
Yep. Ooh, look at that. Yeah.
That's
nice.
The little tree in the pot.
I love that. That's great. Woohoo. All right. So when Moira comes back in, it's at 29 seconds. So,
yep.
Or 29 minutes. Sorry, 29 seconds. Jeesh.
29 seconds.
Crazy host. That's all right. Fleck. Fleck. You're up. So, and everybody, please do the, as I always like to say, please give this video a thumbs up so that, YouTube knows you like us. So, all right. So, waiting to hear from Fleck. So, all right. So we'll do that. Fleck, you are up. So,
okay. You have it marked appropriately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fleck, yes.
Fleck. For your self-care, I get the seer. See beyond the current situation. The current situation is not, I almost want to say it's not real. That what's real is what's within you. So remember that the situation is not you. You are not the situation. You are the being that the situation may be happening to. So remember that, and remember that the situation does not define you. So it's not you, it does not define you, and that it does not come from within you. So for your self-care, remember that those things are true and that you are separate. You are a separate being from what's going on out there, and let yourself come back to yourself.
Yes.
Remember to see yourself and come back to who you are. Don't let an overreaction to something that's going on outside detract from who you are and who you are inside.
I'm going to build on that because the pause and reflect card that I have, it's an overactive sacral chakra, which I feel emotionally overly reactive. So what Deb said, pause and, this is, and reflect. Not saying that your emotions are your emotions. It's one of those things that, understand that they may be, the relationship between what has happened and your reaction may be out of balance. So pausing and reflecting will help this. Pausing and reflecting will prevent you from having an overreaction, which causes extra issues. So that's what I have for you. So
the reason I'm smiling / laughing again is you can't make this stuff up. Because the card I got is, when I want to feel calm, I imagine blowing out a candle. Ooh. So remember to breathe, pause and breathe.
That's
so take
great.
That moment, with little kids, you count to 5, before you react, take that moment, just wait. Yep. Let your brain process it, and then go ahead and speak or go ahead and act. But up until then, when you want to feel calm, just imagine blowing out a candle.
That's perfect. All right, thank you. And so next up, we have, here, let me rearrange. There we go.
Ooh, Saint D.
All right, Saint D, let us say hi in the chat so we know you're here. And so everybody take a sip.
Mm-hmm.
There they are. Saint D. Okay. So the self-care that I have for you is innovation. This is another fire card. Self-care. What you used to do for self-care isn't giving you the return that you usually expected. You're going to need to be innovative on finding those small ways to provide some self-care for you. Do some things differently, because now is the time to where you can get really creative, and it may also offer you an opportunity that it's like, oh, I'd never thought of that before. What's going to work? Try some things out. So be innovative with it. So there you go.
And so your pause and reflect is, you are enough. You do not have to give more. So I think it maybe is like a bowl or something like that with the light coming out of it. So that's, You know, that's you. You are enough. You know, you don't need. You're probably, you know, don't exhaust yourself. I know I do it. It's me. I'm calling the kettle black. You know, like I'm not one. I'm not good at this either. But you are enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you are enough. You don't need to be exhausting yourself. People are going to love you as you are. Those that don't, those that leave because you're not doing them a favor all the time, they're not for you.
Mm-hmm.
You keep those people, the people that love you, stick around. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you are enough.
There you go.
I agree with that. You are enough. And because you are enough and you have been discovering the truth, you stand in the light of truth. So you tell yourself that every day, Deveria, that you are standing in the light of truth. You have the truth in you and without you. It's around you everywhere. So that is your affirmation for today.
Boom. There you go. So Rooted Willow readings had to head out. So bye. Thank you for being here. And
That's Ange, isn't it?
yeah, maybe. I'm bad with the names. Who do we have next? Oh, Michelle Krantz. Let us know you're here, Michelle. And
Self-care.
Saint D said thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay. So,
All right. Michelle Krantz.
Give me a second. I'm going to have to find another deck. That one's giving me grief.
All right.
This is what happens when you're on a live show.
Of course it does. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. So, Ange's Roots and Waves. So, but
Roots and Waves. Sorry.
It's all right.
I can't remember either.
There you go. And Michelle is here.
Mm-hmm. So I kept getting the same cards as I was getting for other people. So I'm like, I'm going to switch decks. No, apparently I was on the right course. So for self-care, getting out there, again, hanging with, you know, friends, family, those that nurture you, because I got the collaboration card with the self-care deck that I have. I got collaboration, and I'm like, no, I'm going to switch decks. You know, I already got collaboration for somebody else. Well, in the other deck, I got nurture connection. So that's just confirmation that, you know, find those people that water, you know, those ideas that water, that up, you know, that charge your battery. Nurture the connections. It's the gray wolf, you know, howling at the moon. They're all connected there by those threads. Yeah, that would be my self-care. Just get out and, yeah, socialize a little bit.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Michelle, I had the urge to change decks, and for this I'm using the Literary Witch deck, and I get milk. That's nourishment. The keywords are nourishment, parents, and nostalgia. So what I'm thinking is nourishment leads to parents, or parents lead to nourishment, and that gives us the thought of going back and thinking about the way things used to be. Were they really better than they are now? So your pause and reflect is kind of a wake-up call, telling you that even though sometimes we yearn for those old days when we think that we had it better, maybe they weren't really better. Maybe there's something better to come. Maybe once we adjust to what's new, we can move forward and be just as happy or happier than we were in those older times where we believe that things might have been better than they actually were. So That's your pause and reflect, is to give yourself that wake-up call. Go ahead and, kind of feel comfortable in those nostalgic feelings and thoughts. But then look forward, because once we go forward and move into what's coming, then that will eventually become our nostalgia.
And so, what I have for the affirmation, this is an interesting one. It's the clashing armies. This is the card of conflict. It is the card of chaos. It's also the card of standing for something and being willing to struggle and risk things for what you truly believe in. So after you have that, when you self-care, you pause and reflect. Part of the affirmation is, I am standing up for what I believe in. So there you go, Michelle.
Michelle's dad passed away
I'm
just
sorry.
a short time ago.
I'm sorry.
The parent connection, yes.
Yeah.
So allow yourself that. Give yourself that time to feel comfortable in those old feelings before you head into the new. But
Yeah.
do head into the new.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it. Silver brings up an interesting point, or sometimes a reader sugarcoats so much that the message gets lost. Not on this channel. And I'm happy to be sharing the space with these amazing readers and with those amazing viewers. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who's next?
Maruta.
Madame Maru. All right. Say hi, Maruta. Put you up there on the screen.
Maruta, is she here?
I think so. I've seen her in the chat a few times.
We have two. So there she is.
There we go. Yeah, and Silver's like, yes, the insightful Madame Maru.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For your self-care, I get the Mirror Guardian, which, strangely enough, says take time to reflect. So your self-care is sitting yourself down or lying down or reading a book or doing that which causes you to reflect. Take care of yourself by relaxing so that you're able to reflect.
So I have pause and reflect, and part of what's happening, could be happening in the pause and reflect, is an underactive sacral chakra. You're feeling a lack of passion. What I would say with this is as you pause and reflect, recognize that sometimes that is a natural thing that occurs. Even Mother Nature allows things to rest. So understand that a lack of passion may simply be a period of rest. When it goes on too long, there's an issue there. There's a concern. But understand that, being, that lack of passion is, sometimes that lack of passion really does suck a lot of energy out, if there is any energy, but then it slows down everything. So by all means, pay attention to where your passion is and spend a little bit of time perhaps pausing, reflecting on it, so that allows it to be nurtured. So there you go.
And I think these affirmations are actually perfect. So the first one I got is, I appreciate the beauty around me. And then the second
Mhm.
one I got is I share my light with others.
Mm.
So I think those are perfect for you, Maruta, because that's what you do in chat all the time. And anytime I see you, you're always so supportive of other people. You're always sharing your light. So yeah, you can see they're kind of all in that jar, but it's, escape the jar. Get out in nature. I don't know how much anymore I don't know where you live. I know most of the fall leaves have changed and fallen here, but appreciate the beauty, and maybe that beauty will inspire you, and get that ball rolling again.
Yeah. And she did say, I have been reflecting a lot on recent events, and I have expressed myself fairly passionately.
So maybe you need to step away from those events and reflect on yourself instead of what's
Yeah.
out there.
Thank
Making
you.
yourself better, not making the world better.
Yeah. Okay. So who do we have next? Thank you, Madame Maru. Jackie's Crystal Moon is here.
Hi, Jackie.
And Anya and Caleigh said, that's very kind, Caleigh, Madame Maru said. So
you're welcome.
And so, all right. And Anya is here. And I, of course, knew that Jackie's Crystal Moon would be here when I was not ready for something that I was going to do that was going to be a surprise. So Jackie will have to come back again so that I can surprise her later. So you're welcome, Madame Maru.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, self-care. Let's look at self-care for you, because the self-care card that I have for you is overwhelm. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Yeah. And what this tells me is that the self-care for you is you have to recognize when you're feeling overwhelmed so that you can slow things down. And then what happens is when you slow things down, it helps to draw your attention very specifically to what you need to do. When I am feeling overwhelmed, know your tells. It's that mental health magic. Know when you are feeling overwhelmed. I know for me, when I get overwhelmed, I really do have a sense of I have to narrate what I need to do so that I can actually be present in the moment. It changes it. So, and Aja said it's already slow. That's why I'm in overwhelm. Yeah. So maybe speed it up. Narrate what you're doing, but faster. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. So there you go. So that's what I have for you.
So the pause and reflect couldn't be any more perfect. It's appreciate the process. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by something, as Gerald said, speak it out loud or write it down. Or if it's something like, doing dishes or something like that, like I'm just thinking something mundane, but, get some music playing, dance while you're doing the dishes, make anything day in, day out. Yeah, it can get super boring. And you're like, why am I doing this? Make it fun. Change it up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't be so stubborn. Cow and bull, don't be so stubborn.
I've never been stubborn a day in my life, waiting for the lightning to strike me.
So maybe The reason you feel overwhelmed is because you're not doing, and it feels slow, is because you're not doing what you need to be doing. The mystic healer says healing energy is flowing through you. Healing energy flows through you. So use that. Maybe you're going slow because someone is trying to get your attention to let you know that healing energy flows through you. So do that. Heal yourself and then heal those around you.
Yeah. Who, me? Stubborn? Yeah. That's great advice. So, all right. Thank you. Let's see. Who do we have next? Da-da-da. Again, I need to figure out. I could put some music up, but Delphi Ross. I don't think I've had you get selected in a while, Delphi. So, Delphi, just say hi so that we know that you're here. And a lot of beautiful support for Michelle on her father's passing.
Yes.
So, and okay. Delphi is here. All right. So let's do that. There we go.
Alrighty. So I actually got 2 cards. So the first one I got was the Venus flytrap anemone, which I had never heard of before. So it says patience and allowing. So for self-care, being a bit more gentle with yourself. I know I'm not patient with myself, so having that patience of going with the flow, like in an anemone, it goes with the currents. That's how it feeds. That's how it gets its nutrition. So kind of go with the flow. And then the other one I got that jumped out was you have a lot on your plate. Maybe not focusing on your health, on eating properly, with all of that juggling. So patience and just watching out for yourself, taking that little extra time, a little extra care with yourself is what you've got for self-care.
Love that.
So Delphi, for pause and reflect, I get the Cauldron card, which has to do with the rich broth, which also has to do with creativity. So what it's asking you to do is to surprise yourself. Think about what your talents are. Be creative and let yourself surprise yourself. Do things you haven't done before. Pause and think about things that you haven't maybe tried in a while or never tried that you might like to do, and try those. Give yourself a minute and then find something different.
So hold up that card again for me, Deb, because you cannot make this shit up. I got the witches. So, and as part of the affirmation is this is about activation. It is about inner power. It's knowing the power that you have and the fact that you can use teamwork to manifest what you want. It also suggests an opportunity for spell work. Part of the affirmation, if you say an affirmation, guess what? That's spell work. So, that's really, really powerful. And I'm thinking of the mental health magic live. I did share a self-esteem spell that is great when you light a candle. And so I think this is a great opportunity for that. And so, Delphi, I hope that makes a lot of sense to you. So, or I hope it helps other people who are watching.
Yes.
So there you go. So, boom. So I love that. Yeah, you cannot make this stuff up.
No.
You cannot make this shit up. It's incredible. So
Nope.
all right. Thank you, Delphi. Who do we have next? And Tahiti 93. And I hope where you are in the world is very nice. I have seen Tahiti in the chat. So
Yes.
So there you go. And there they are. So woo.
Tahiti 93. We had the high priestess before, and now we have the high priest. The high priest is saying to intend and create. This one's slightly different. So your intentions in your self-care, make sure that your intentions aren't harmful to you. So whatever you are focusing on, you don't want it to take too much of your energy or to lead you in a way that you don't want to go. So intend and then create. So make sure your intention is with the highest good in mind, and then create with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I have for you is the pause and reflect is this is an overactive third eye chakra. It's I see and can lack clarity. So part of what this is this is the ability and the necessity to be willing to see, yet see with the clarity. So pay attention to when you have that lack of clarity. What is it that you can do to help activate your third eye chakra and level it out so that you have that clarity? So, and there you go. And all right. And Sandra, your son. Okay, it's your son's birthday. Cool. And so, because Caleigh appears to be stuck in the spiral. You got one?
I got one.
Okay, go for it.
Tahiti, for your affirmation, faraway places tell you get ready for new horizons. So think about the new things and look forward to and then migrate in that direction. So your affirmation is to look for the faraway places and then make them happen.
Ooh, that's great. That's great. So, all right. Thank you, Tahiti. And I did see Delphi said, I light candles almost every day in winter. And I got about 15 big jar candles at the end of the garage sale season, some not even used.
Cool.
I love that. I love that. So, all right. So let's see who's next. And we'll continue to, adjust to Caleigh. So, so who's next? Garnet. Garnet had to head out, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I did see that. Let me spin this. I still got Garnet's name written down. So, and Linda Kennedy. I did just see Linda in the chat, so type in a hi, Linda Kennedy. And you're very welcome, Tahiti. So, and Linda's here, okay.
Yay.
And Caleigh's back. Hi, Caleigh.
Can you hear me again?
Yes. So we're working on Linda right now.
I was functioning fine, so I just want to show, because I still have the card from the previous
Sure, go
reading.
for it.
So I thought the one Deb pulled was perfect, because that was the one I got. I'm curious, explorer, eager to learn new things. And she's talking about migration, and there's birds. So
Nice.
I thought that was perfect.
These are one continuous reading, so.
They really are. That's one of the things that I appreciate about reading with people, that get that sense of connection, and these, that doesn't always happen. So, okay. So Linda, the self-care is dreams. I love this, which suggests sleeping, taking some care to honor your body, to get enough sleep. It also, part of the self-care is for you to notice your dreams, pay attention to them, jot down some things that you words that you remember when you wake up. Also pick up write down what it is that you are feeling when you wake up, because this is a powerful thing. I think that dreaming is a huge thing, because boy, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I need to take a nap and things are really clear for me, because they settle down, because it stops my brain from working and allows spirit to take care of it. I would also encourage you to do a little bit of daydreaming too. That's that self-care. Daydream about what could be. So there you go.
So, and to pause and reflect, go along with that. I have the seer, which the key word for the seer is prophecy. Dreams can be prophecies. So take a minute, step back, think about what the prophecy is or the dream, and then reflect on it. How does it affect you? What do you need to do to be part of it? What do you need to do to make sure that it goes along smoothly? Do you need to do anything at all?
Mm-hmm.
So ask yourself those questions. First, get it in your mind clearly and just sit with it and give it space. And then ask yourself those important questions about how do you deal with it and what is your part to play in it.
Absolutely. All right, Caleigh.
So the first card I got, it's already shown up once today, but I share my light with others. So being that firefly, that that light in the world right now that we need. And I thought the second card that popped out was absolutely perfect. It's my small acts of kindness make a big difference. So you can almost picture those little fireflies under that umbrella, making it glow in that other sea of umbrellas.
I love that.
So yeah, just paying it forward. Those little acts of kindness are going to be what makes all the difference right now. Yeah, we can't change all the really big things, but those little things are going to make us just as much change.
I love that. So thank you, Linda. And all right, adding to the stage while I cough up a lung.
Sip, sip.
Yeah, I think so. Hypnicity. So, and Linda Kennedy said, beautiful, thank you. And all right.
For self-care, Nalani, I get clan animal totem, which is claiming. So your self-care has to do with stepping into your own power, into who you really are. You step into your power, and then you know exactly what you need to do to use it. sometimes you get a little excited and you forget. So calm yourself down and step into it, because you do have power and you can use it. Don't ever let yourself tell yourself that you can't. You do that, and that's how you exercise your self-care.
I love that. All right.
So I felt called to continue to use the affirmation deck for hypnoticity. So I'm going. So I pulled 2 cards, and I think they're perfect for you. So like the first one I got is I have the courage. Again, it's that.
I welcome my feelings knowing that they are a part of who I am.
Yes.
And then that they are a part of movement. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and
That's
Nalani said she is excited.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, Nalani said, my dragon showed up in the tree behind my house. I am excited. So, and so the affirmation that I have, it's the archway. I like this because this is a card of movement. It's a card of portal. It's a card of transformation, and it's a card of advancement. So, it is also the card of taking first steps on things and having a beautiful opportunity. So I think the affirmation here is, I think the affirmation is taking the steps, and each step gets you to where you need to go. So, yeah. Yeah. She said, I tend to hide my feelings. And cool. 1111. Yep.
Me too.
It's another portal. So, all right. So, thank you. All right. Do we have time for a few more? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As long as my internet holds out.
Stephanie. Are you here, Stephanie? Stephanie? So,
Backstage, I was telling Gerald, my internet's going to crap out at least once.
So, yeah. Yep. Stephanie is here. Great. Yeah. These are really beautiful messages, aren't they, Jackie? Yeah. They're really great. This is a good spread. And Caleigh and I are going to do this in December again. We're inviting Tanis from Twillo Lifestyle to join us. So that will be fun.
Yeah.
So.
Am I good? Am I functional?
Yes, you're good. You're functional. We see you. We hear you.
Perfect. So the first one I got is watch clouds. So take those 2 seconds and pause and look up at the sky. I mean, I love watching all that kind of fun stuff. So take a moment to look up at the clouds, and I'm like, okay, fine, but give me another card. I got stargaze.
Ooh, well,
so they're
there
wanting
you go.
to look up for some reason. So maybe there'll be a message or symbols or something, but they're wanting you to look up at the sky, look up at the clouds, stargaze.
I love
look skyward.
That. Yes, look up. And the pause and reflect. I have an underactive heart chakra. I love, but I can be overly self-critical. Now, this is a great one for the pause and reflect, because sometimes we don't realize that we're being overly critical of ourselves. So pause and reflect gives you that chance to get back into your body, to recognize where you're feeling the feels, and to understand and to be supportive of yourself so that you can adjust that really tough criticism that you're giving yourself. So there you go. And Stephanie said, I'm totally guilty of it. And Stephanie, you're not the only one at all. So I do that. I can be very overly self-critical. And I'm working on it. So I'm not always that way. So.
And to bookend the subject, watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. So your affirmation is to take a break and look at the sky.
That's great. Wow. Thank you, Stephanie. That's amazing. So I'm hoping everybody is getting something out of all of these readings for themselves too. I think they're can be very global. Mary Hernandez Walker, are you here? Mary, say hi.
I thought I just saw Mary in the chat.
Oh, and Stephanie says, I love that stargazing came out because because it's so dark these days. Yeah, you're welcome. Mary, are you here? Do not make me get my phone out. All right, I'll do the phone. Mary Hernandez Walker is here. Thank you. It's time for your reading. There you go. Woohoo, that was perfect timing.
Yes.
It was.
So, all right. So, Mary, what do we have for self-care for Mary Hernandez Walker? Mary, I have for self-care is mental clarity. This is an important thing because a lot of times when people are experiencing a lot of activity and things going on in their own world and the world around them, it is important to the self-care is really about understanding, okay, what are my thoughts? What thoughts are other people's, so that I can, and I would say the pause and reflect is going to be really important for this, because in pause and reflecting, you can slow down and you can get additional information to help you make an informed decision. So that's what I have for you, Mary.
So to pause and reflect, I get the shapeshifter, transform, and unveil your talents.
Ooh.
So take a minute, transform yourself. You can do it in your head. We don't expect you to physically transform. Transform yourself into another being. This shapeshifter has taken a combination of the eagle and the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Look at things from a different perspective. What can you do? What are your talents? What do others come to you for? Do they come for advice? Do they come for specific physical things you can do, like sewing or something else of that nature? What do you do as well as or better than anyone else? What is your talent? Is it metaphysical? Is it physical? Figure out what it is you do and shape shift yourself, transform into that being that does that.
And Mary said, I am an artist.
There you go.
So, all right. Bring us home, Caleigh.
So the first one I got is let go of the past. It is time to envision a new story.
Ooh.
And then the second one I got, which I absolutely loved and ties in with yours so really well, it says, run wild. Let your inner child run forth. And you can see you were talking about like shapeshifter. There's a horse there with butterfly wings.
Wow.
Yeah. Run wild.
Run wild. I love that. Thank you, Mary. Thank you all. And Delphi said 2 weeks before my husband passed away, we went out buy ice cream, and I saw a big angel cloud in the sky, and suddenly was one more. He pointed the second it happened. I love that.
Oh, no.
And look who is back. Thomas from Tarot Your Way. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you next Friday for yes or no readings and finding out how things went. So I love it. And you're welcome, Mary. You're welcome. And okay, we have 4 more. Can we do all of these?
I think so.
Sure.
Everybody's here, because I know one of them, Rooted Willow Readings, isn't here. But James, are you still here? James Mead 4, are you here? Let us know you're here. And then here, I'm going to do this. So I have James written down. I'm going to see who's next. And I think next is going to be James is here. Well, Rooted Willow Readings is not here. James, got you. And James is here. So let's work on James. So that means I would say one of them is going to be Lady Silver.
Yeah.
And the other name I've forgotten. So we'll do 2 more. So.
Oh, I'm first. Sorry. I was waiting for James, for
I'm still shuffling, so take your time.
For self-care, I get the tree. Wisdom, good roots, connection. So for self-care, you need to remember that you are not alone. You have connection to family, to friends, to community. You don't have to get through anything by yourself. You need to remember that you have the wisdom to look for those things that can help you build up yourself. That those good roots are what has brought you to where you are, and they can help sustain you in a time when you don't feel so strong. So remember to reach out to those around you who care about you, regardless of if they're blood ties or if they're friendships or what kind of connection it is, and reach to out to them. Be also one that they can reach out to. So in that way, building that community, that root system, you sustain each other and build each other up for whatever lies ahead.
Nice.
So pause and reflect. I got superb bird of paradise. So it says, put yourself gifts, show them off, flaunt them. You know, you're those people that are going to be, there's people that are going to be attracted to that. And those are the people you want to be around. Yeah. Put yourself out there.
I think that's really important. Pause and reflect. Be willing to put yourself out there. Because I also have, for affirmations, I have the well. Be willing to make a wish. And the affirmation, you're worthy of making wishes, and have faith that the wish will come true, and be optimistic, be hopeful for the best, be hopeful, and remember to do the work. So I love that. I love that for you, especially under that affirmation. Make those wishes. So Thank you, James. And Delphi said, I got so much from everybody's message today. And thank the three of you. And I am reminding everybody that all of us do private readings. Links are below. So please be aware of that, as well as different ways to support each of our channels, including donations and Amazon stuff. Thank you, James. So, all right, who do we have next? So it's Lady Silver or Joanna. So both of those are here. So Lady Silver's up, and then Joanna, you are up next. So let us know that you're here, Joanna.
What happens if you do the spin the fickle finger of fate when there's only one player?
It doesn't spin.
It doesn't spin. It just sits.
Doesn't spin. Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is. So, and Joanne is here. So, all right, we have Silver up, and so Silver. I'm going to put that there just so that we know it's Silver.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Silver's like, yes. She's been working so hard.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Finally. So the affirmation cards, because I felt called to use them. So the first one is, I celebrate my progress no matter how small. So self-care is appreciating, is to celebrate those little things. They don't have to be big things. Everybody is always, celebrating, marriage, birth. To be that, celebrate that progress no matter how small. You can see the little pebbles, but because the second one, again, doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be that little thing. You can be like, wow, nobody else would have thought to do that. Being innovative, MacGyvering. So finding those creative ways to look at things. It's almost like the hangman, finding that other point of view to be able to look from. Appreciate that about yourself, and maybe find different ways to make that flourish.
That's great. So pause and reflect. I have an underactive root chakra. I am unfocused. So if you're feeling unfocused, spend a little bit of time on your root chakra, activating it, getting it balanced. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
His root chakra is the wrong way around.
Yeah, his root chakra is the wrong way around. I did pull a couple of extra ones because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. And I just put my face cream on, as Cal suggested earlier. I love it. And so I also have an underactive solar plexus. I do have a victim mindset right now. So be aware of that. If that's the mindset that you have, I can understand it. Don't stay there too long. And your heart chakra is underactive because you love, but you can be overly critical of others. So be aware of that. This combination of an underactive, and underactive. Ooh, all of these are underactive. Maybe you need to spend some time fine-tuning your chakras. So there you go.
And for your affirmation, Silver, I get valiant courage. Take action with passion. So try to rekindle that passion. Once you get your chakras where they're functioning properly again, then that will help you with the passion. Maybe it's a part of getting them in order. One of the exercises can be working on your passion and making sure that whatever you're doing, you're enthusiastic about it. So make it, fake it until you make it. Put a smile on your face and be happy and say, oh, I'm going to do the dishes right now. Whatever it is, be happy about it, whether you are or not. And once you get in the habit of being passionate about what you're doing, then it will be natural and you won't be faking it anymore. You'll be making it.
Okay, I want to put this up there because Silver said, this is really hitting home. Not really proud of where I have neglected my body. Okay, that's in the past. How do you move forward from now is going to make a huge difference. And even Caleigh is going, So.
And I just heard Bobby McFerrin singing, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And Caleigh's card, I celebrate my progress.
That was one of her cards.
No matter how small.
Do the happy dance. Don't worry, be happy. Put music on. Do whatever it makes you more enthusiastic about things.
Yes. So, yeah.
And the thing about the chakras, message me later.
Message Deb later. It's just in, everybody. They're going to be messaging later. Okay. So thank you, Silver, for being here and being so supportive. Joanne is next. Avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. So Joanne is up for Joanne's spa day message. And let's see.
Thanks for hanging around for so long.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, everybody. It's been great. So, Joanne. The self-care that I have is it's called Soul Journey. And I think this is a really interesting card especially for self-care. The soul journey is part of self-care, recognizing that you are worthy of having a soul journey, that you have a soul, and that you are willing to embrace it and to take those small steps to be able to do that. Because in order to have that soul journey, we've got to go in, we've got to explore places within ourselves that we don't spend a lot of time recognizing or spending time with that. So, and it's like, so do pay attention to that. Soul journey, it's really great.
For pause and reflect, Joanne, I get the trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. Now, this trader is telling you that when you exchange energy with someone else, you pause for one thing because you're having a trade back and forth. So there has to be an engagement and then a pause to trade energy with someone else. And when you do that, then you create abundance. So think about, reflect on how you engage with other people and how you exchange energy with them, and whether or not that exchange is bringing you abundance. And when you reflect on that, then you'll see the things that aren't serving you and the things that are. And so you can narrow down to using your energy for those things that are productive in your life.
I like that. Wow, Joanne. All right, Caleigh.
All right. So affirmations. The first one I got is, I treat myself with kindness and care. Holding a watermelon. Just took a nice juicy, bite out of that watermelon. But they're also looking out at the ocean, and it almost reminds me too of like Smile. You know, it looks like a little smiley face. But yeah, so treat yourself with some kindness and care. Take that time to, you know, have a piece of watermelon if you want some watermelon, or if there's a little treat that you always enjoy that makes you happy, go get that chocolate bar or whatever it is. And then the other one I got is I am open to new ideas and different ways of doing things. So the penguins are slipping and sliding down into that water. So yeah, there's, you know, the one guy, you know, they're going feet first, he's going head first. Just be open to the new ways and different ideas of doing things, and treat yourself with kindness and care while you're doing it.
I love that. And Joanne said, thank you. I'm just about to head out to the bee yards to winterize the hives and to give them good vibes over winter. I love that. I love that. And gee, doesn't that look sort of like
perfect.
winter?
Oh yeah, that crossed my mind because
yeah. And this
the winter too, right?
Oh yes. This just in, Jackie Crystal Moon said, "Oh, Skitten, I was trying to figure out what the letters of SPA meant. It's okay. I'm okay. I get it now." So, and Lady Silver said, "You are a really good team. So good to see Deb back."
Aw, thanks.
Thank you. So, all right. So, I have to say thank you, everyone, for being here. There are great ways to support each of our channels. They are listed below, including donations, Amazon. Caleigh, are you able to do remote stuff with your new business?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can. I can do Reiki online. So yes, I can.
So there you go. So
I'll send you the link to the website.
Yes, and I will add that there. And Tom, Early Ritual is here just in time for the end, so it's great to see you. I do thank everybody for being here, and Monkey must be being very expressive right now.
He was.
Okay. All right. So any last thoughts, Deb? No pressure.
No, just be yourself and take care of yourself. And don't worry about what's going on around you. Take all the time you need and do what you need to do for you.
Yeah, you matter. Do it. Oh, you're welcome. This is great. And thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful for those two. And Deb, are you available for readings?
I am.
So contact.
My email address is in the About section on my page. And if you don't know how to find that, it's on the front page, everybody's front page, where it says who they are and what they do. Right under the title, there is a little bit of writing, and it'll kind of fade away. If you click more, that brings up the About page for everybody. And on my About page is my email address.
Excellent. I love that. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.